Costco, Poke Bowls. Two things that just don't quite sound like they should go together. It sounds kind of like a recipe for disaster, or a one-way ticket to Shark Town, if you will. At least that's what I used to think. Over the last couple of weeks, I've done a little bit of research on Instagram, YouTube, and all over the internet, and I found out that as long as the salmon or tuna that you're buying from Costco meet certain parameters, they're actually completely safe to eat raw. So today, we're gonna try it. It's my first time trying it, and I figured what better way to do it than with you guys. So we're gonna be doing a salmon poke bowl today. So without further ado, let's just get into this. First up, we're going to take our salmon, we're going to pat it dry with some paper towels. We want to get all the moisture out of this so that we don't have any excess liquid in the bottom of the bowl. Next, we're going to cube it, probably about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch pieces is what we're looking for. We just want it to be bite-sized, really. Then we're going to throw all the cubed salmon in a bowl, and then we're going to get to work on our marinade. Ideally, we're going to marinate the fish for at least 1/2 hour, but you could really do it overnight if you want to. First ingredient for the marinade is going to be some sesame oil, followed by some soy sauce, then a little bit of ginger, and lastly, some spicy chili crisp. I'm going to leave a link in the description for this chili crisp as well because it is by far my favorite. Then we give it a little mix. Get it well combined. Then just simply dump it on your salmon. Make sure you get all the good stuff in the bottom, and then give the salmon a mix until all the pieces are well coated with the marinade. Next, we have to wash your rice. You have to get the starch out of the rice or it's going to make a giant clump of stuff in the rice cooker and it's not going to taste good at all. Then just plop it in your rice cooker, follow your rice's package description on how to actually cook it in terms of how much water you need. I always give it a stir just to make sure it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. And then you're going to get started on your veggies. First, we're going to start with the green onion. Just give it a really loose chop. Followed by your cucumber. You can use as much as you want here. I really used about 1/4 of the size of mine, thinly sliced as possible. Next up is the avocado. You'll see this was horrifying. Clearly not good anymore, but I made the most out of it and tried to salvage as many pieces of it as I could, but not the best. Next up is your mango. Just give it a little bit of a rough chop as well. I love the mango in the poke bowl, so I went with about 1/2 of my mango. Next, we're going to make our spicy mayo, and for that, we're going to use about 1/2 cup of the Kewpie mayo, followed by a little bit of sriracha. You kind of just go and taste as you want here and kind of mix it to your liking. There's no specific measurements you need to follow. I almost forgot about the edamame. We're going to mix that together, add a little bit of salt for taste. Next, we're going to plop our cooked rice into our bowl. We want to let this cool about to room temperature so it doesn't actually steam our fish from underneath. Next, we're going to add our fish. I kind of went with 1/2 of the bowl first, not really knowing how much I was going to need. And then once I added the toppings here, kind of realized I wanted some more. So you'll see I kind of do a small dollop of fish at first, add all my toppings, and then do the rest of my fish on top just so that it's kind of front and center to look good for the picture. I did end up adding the rest of that mango in as well, just to kind of finish it, and then I pour the rest of the marinade on top. Next we'll go in with some spicy chili crisp. Again, more for garnish this time, but it really is delicious, so feel free to go with as much as you want here. And then we're going to top with our spicy mayo. Kind of went a little bit overboard on the first squirt here, so I got more than I really wanted, but it was delicious nonetheless. Next, we're going to do a little bit of sesame seeds and green onion to garnish the top, make it look nice and pretty. And would you look at that? I am a little bit nervous. Costco sushi does not give me warm, fuzzy feelings in the belly, but I've seen a couple of people try it. They say they haven't gotten sick from eating sushi or salmon specifically this way. So let's just give it a shot and see how it tastes. Not gonna lie, that might be one of the best poke bowls I've ever had. The fish is maybe a little bit squishier than I'm used to, but I think that's from the freezing process and defrosting process, not necessarily the fish not being good. It has a very good taste, not too fishy. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's delicious. I will obviously see how my stomach feels in 10 hours after eating this, but I have no indication that it wouldn't be safe right this second. Yeah, I'm impressed. I was doubtful, but I'm impressed. I'm gonna finish the rest of this and enjoy it. In the meantime, if you liked the video, if you could leave a like and a subscribe, that would help the channel immensely. I'm gonna leave a link in the description for the Amazon link for the rice cooker that I use. I just got it last week, and I gotta say, by far the best rice I've ever had. If you've been cooking your rice without a rice cooker, just take my word for it, you're gonna want this. Without further ado, thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next week.